Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. So let's talk. So you see what the title is. We like to justify the things that we indulge in, and this is for people who have a specific belief system. Now, if you just out here and you don't believe in anything and you just go along with whatever, this message is not for you. This is the people who have a specific belief system, and it's not just one belief system, all belief systems. You understand what I'm saying? And we have an issue where we will indulge in the things that we like and we will justify those things just so we can continue to feel comfortable indulging in those things. And this goes strictly against most of our belief systems, but we do this anyway. And as an example, I'd like to take, all right, um, there are things that I like to do that are outside of my belief system. My belief system says that the body is the temple and you shouldn't dilute put or pollute your temple and things like that. And I'm constantly doing it because there are things that I indulge in that I like to indulge in that are not conducive to my belief system, but yet I will make justification for it so I can continue to do it. And anybody who questions me or challenge me on it, I will use these justifications to get them to back off so I can continue to enjoy the thing that I indulge in. You get what I'm saying? So if I like to smoke cigarettes and I'm in the church and people see me smoking cigarettes and they say you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes, then there's going to be a justification that I've made up to where I will continue to do what I'm doing, and it'll give me that psychological um affirmation to continue on and doing it. And we do this to ourselves all the time. And I just want people to understand that when we do these things, this is why our witness is not strong. This is why when we speak to other people about what we believe, there's no strong effect. There's no real power behind it because we really have no authority to speak on anything in the condition that we are in. You know, especially when it comes to trying to build somebody else up, because the first thing that they're going to see is all of your inadequacies when you're trying to instruct them on how to build something the right way. And so if they don't see you building it the right way, then your word is not going to have any power, neither is your instructions. That's like somebody trying to come and instruct construction workers how to build a building and they don't even know the first thing about carpentry. They're going to look at you like you're crazy and tell you to go on about your business. Or if you do know about carpentry and you come and try to tell these people your old carpentry methods compared to the new technology that they use today, they're going to tell you to go sit down somewhere because what you're telling them is old and obsolete. All right. And so we have this issue within our belief systems because we have people who will go around and claim to be something in that belief system, and they really don't have any power or anointing or authority behind what they say because they don't practice it. Now, I remember that Yeshua, Jesus to most, but I call him Yeshua by his Hebrew name, and he stated that even if you had faith the size of a mustard seed, you would be able to tell this mountain to move and it would move. So, what does that tell us? I waited for a second. That tells us that you have absolutely no faith. A mustard seed, if you know the size of a mustard seed, if you had that much faith, you would be able to move a mountain. I've never seen a person speak and move a mountain. And I'm not talking about figuratively, I'm talking about specifically. I've seen nobody with enough faith to move a mountain. So that lets me know that the people that we look at as even elite in our belief system don't have very much faith at all, because there's a difference between faith and hope. And a lot of us operate in hope and call it faith. If you would be totally honest with yourself and with others, you will admit that most of the time you are not operating in faith. You're operating in hope. And I hope God do something in this situation, because this is one thing about faith. Faith, if you truly believe that something is going to take place, you're going to start preparing for it. If I believe it's going to rain today and I'm looking at the sky and it's cloudy and I'm seeing the lightning and I'm hearing the thunder and all of this, I'm gonna start preparing. I'm gonna roll up my windows in my vehicle if they're down. I'm going to bring in my like I have patio furniture and I don't want it to get soggy, so I'm gonna bring in the cushions off of that. And I'm going to make sure that all my windows are down in my home to protect everything around me and get ready for what's about to take place. That's having faith in something. That's truly believing that something is going to happen, because I've made preparations so when this does happen, I'm not going to be caught slipping. But people who operate in hope, they're like, man, I hope it's not going to rain today because I took the whole top off of my vehicle. I don't have a top on my vehicle, so if it start raining, then I'm just gonna get caught in the rain. Man, I didn't let the windows down in my house. I didn't do this and that. So all of these things are gonna happen because why? Because you're operating on hope and not on faith. So you didn't prepare yourself correctly because you're operating in hope, not faith. And so I would like to say that, you know, come on, it's time for us to stop playing around. It's time for us to get real. If you really going to stand up and represent a belief system, then I'm going to need you to be able to be transparent enough with me when you are not operating correctly. Let me know, hey, bro, I'm not right today. Pray for me. My spirit is off, or whatever the case. But don't go around justifying the things that you like to indulge in, or justifying your wrongdoing just so you can continue to do so. Just be transparent. I will respect you a whole lot more if you let me know, hey, look, bro, I'm struggling. I got this going on. I will respect that and I will definitely pray for you. But if you walking around like you got it all together and you got a speed dial to God every day and you walking back and forth in the clouds, bro, I don't have time for that, because when you fall, other people are going to fall with you, because what people tend to do, they tend to put their faith in a person, and they'll see that person walking upright and they'll see that person doing what seems to be the right thing, although they're covering up those things that they indulge in their private life. And then whenever you see somebody stumble or they get exposed in one of those areas, now you have other people are falling because they didn't place their faith in God. They placed their faith in the person who swore that they was operating in God's will. I can't sit here and say that I'm always operating in God's will. I can't say that, because I know what God's will for my life is. It is that I have life and that I choose life and not death. And sometimes I choose death. Now, when I say death, I don't mean in the physical form. Sometimes it is in the physical form, because some of these things potentially are leading me to a faster death than what I should live. You know what I'm saying? Like alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, poor eating habits, um, out here doing things that could get me killed, or being a daredevil and living life on the edge. All of these things that we do, that we indulge in, and we will try to justify these things by saying, oh, you only live once, live your life to the fullest. Living your life to the fullest does not mean that you have to go out and make foolish decisions. Living your life to the fullest does not mean that you have to go out and you have to uh, live life on the edge. Living life to the fullest means accepting all that comes to you and working it out for a great outcome in your life. That's what living life to the fullest is. Anything that comes your way, you face it head on, good, bad, or ugly, and the outcome is going to be good for you if you do things upright and in the way that God has called us to do those things. Whoever your God is, all right. And we don't do that. We will do a little bit and then we will, we have that Cain attitude. I talked about this before. We will not give our best. We will not give 100%. We will give about 45% at the best. And then we will rationalize it by saying, well, at least I did something. A lot of people not doing nothing. And we think God is supposed to accept that and be okay with that when that's not what he instructed us to do. So I don't know what instruction to give. All I can really say is just walk upright in what you claim that you stand on. If you stand on Christianity, then walk upright within that Christianity. And I'm not saying be a perfect person. What I'm saying is let people know what's really going on. Let people know the real struggles behind walking upright, because it's not an easy task, but people will try to make you believe that it's an easy task. And they will try to make you believe that they walk that walk every single day when they stumble multiple times within a day, let alone a week or a month or a year. And so when you have these people that you look up to because you feel like they got it figured out, and then they get exposed to show that they don't have it figured out, well, now you're discouraged. Now you're beaten down. Now your sense of hope is gone because you weren't operating in faith. You was operating in hope. Man, I hope this person is the real deal, man, because I just want to see what a true example of Christ looks like. So a lot of people are hoping. A lot of people will go to a ministry and they'll look to the man of God, hoping that that man of God is truly what he say he is. They're hoping. There's more hope. Nobody's putting faith in the man of God no more. Everybody's just putting hope in the man of God because they truly don't want to invest in nobody because they do not trust the mindset of mankind. So this is where we are, yo. This is where we are. We don't trust nobody enough to let them into our inner circle, which is our true life, which are the things that we hide from other people, those shortcomings that we have, the iniquity that we haven't shared with anybody. We don't trust anybody enough to let them in. And this is what's causing the disconnect in the church, in any belief system that is prevalent within our country. So, if you're going to walk it, you got to talk it. If you're going to practice it, if you're going to preach it, then you got to practice it. And we're coming up short. We're coming up very short in these last days. And so I'm going to make a effort to operate in faith and not hope, because I've been hoping for a long time. I hope for this, I hope for that. But hope is not what's going to get God to hear you or see you or to act on your behalf. Hope does not do that. Faith does that. Hope is a blind thing. That's when you're just asking for some grace or some mercy, and you're hoping that God give it to you because of his love and kindness and his long suffering. That's what most people operate in. That's hope. Hope for God's mercy, hope for God's grace. But that is not what we were instructed to do. We were instructed to have faith. We were instructed to believe. And if we only believe the smallest amount, the size of a mustard seed, then we can do some amazing things, but we can't even get up that much. We can't muster up that much faith. How many times did you hear Yeshua say to people, "O ye of little faith, how long will I be here? How long will the Son of Man be here with you to keep you built up in faith? You're seeing me do these actual things and you're still having problems believing. O ye of little faith. You have absolutely no faith, not even the size of a mustard seed. Because if you can sit here and actually see it with your eyes and you still debate it, that means you have absolutely no faith. You have no belief in the true and living God. You have no belief in his word. And most of us are like that, but we will sit here and we will try to build up our image as that of one who truly believes and who truly walks in the power and the authority of Christ. And we don't. And I'm talking about leadership, leadership in ministries. So that's all I ask, is that people, man, just, and I'm not like, once again, I'm not saying be a perfect person. I'm not saying don't make any mistakes. I'm saying be real with the people. If you be real with the people will be real with you. And that's what's needed, because just saying something to make you feel good is not what Yeshua came here to do. He said, oh, when I come, I'm not coming for peace. When I come, the word that I bring is going to cause mother to go against daughter. It's going to cause son to go against father and father against son. It's going to cause stepmother, stepdaughter to go against each other. That word that I bring forth is going to cause families to separate. This word is not going to be something that's just going to allow you to be lazy and to be lackadaisical. This word is going to challenge you, and this word is going to cause you to be uncomfortable. This word is going to cause you to leave everything that you know and everything that you turn to whenever you feel like you need to, whenever you feel like you need power and you need to overcome something. That's what the word is going to do. And you're going to have to rely solely on that word, because he said it when he was tested in the desert for 40 days by Satan. He said, man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out of the mouth of God. So if we're not living off of that and we're looking to other things, then quit calling yourself a Christian, because you're not Christ-like. You're trying to get there. You're a disciple of Christ. But yeah, they were called Christians not as disciples. They were called Christians whenever they really committed themselves to the work of the gospel, of spreading the gospel. So right now, you're just a disciple. You're a student, and no student is out teaching other people. You only teach when you become a teacher. You know, there's really not much more to say about this topic. All I'll say is this: if you enjoy certain things and you indulge in certain things, man, then hey, that's between you and God to work out. But be real to the people, be honest to the people about this walk, because soon as they start walking it and it don't line up with what you're saying, not only are they going to lose faith in you, but they're going to lose faith in God. That's the most dangerous thing. We don't want that. So, yeah, this your boy D-Mac. This is all I really had to say. I'm going to get off here before I start babbling and going on. But you know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.